All right, everybody. It is 7:31. It's February 23rd. This is our second scheduled council meeting for the month of February. Welcome to the Borough Council meeting for the evening. We're glad you can attend. This meeting is called to order. If everybody could please join me in pledging the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, folks. And roll call, please, Angela.
Corey Scott.
Here.
James Fee.
Here.
Randy Bennett.
Here.
Megan Nolan.
Here.
Diane Gundrum.
Here.
Tony Heil.
Here.
Kyle Shank.
Here. Everybody present and accounted for. Thank you, Angela. Just for the public notice, from 7:15 until 7:30, we were in executive session discussing some legal matters. And from there, Mr. Truman.
Thank you very much, President Schenk. Good evening, everybody. Good evening to our viewing audience. First up, for council consideration, the adoption of the meeting minutes from the February 9th, 2021 meeting.
I'll make that motion.
I heard a motion from Ms. Nolan, and I think that was seconded by Mr. Scott, to go ahead and adopt the meeting minutes from February 9th. Any additional questions or comments from council? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Again, hearing none, that passes unanimously. Thank you.
Very good, thank you. Next, for council consideration, adoption of ordinance 2021-001, amending chapter 72 of the Bridgeport Borough Code, pensions. Members of council, if we recall last meeting, there was a unanimous vote to advertise this ordinance. This ordinance is a bit of housekeeping that came about after our most recent pension audit. A suggestion from the Auditor General's office and our financial advisors, our pension advisors, Univest, to clean up what could be perceived as a little vagary in the pension language.
I'll make the motion. I'll second.
We have a motion from Mr. Heil, seconded by Mr. Scott, to go ahead and adopt ordinance 2021-001, amending the Bridgeport Borough Code pensions section. Any additional questions or comments from council on that matter? Hearing none, then all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Then that also passes unanimously. Thank you.
All right, very well, thank you. Next up for council consideration, authorization to pay bills and salaries for the month of February 2021.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion from Ms. Nolan, seconded by Ms. Gundrum, to go ahead and pay the bills and salaries for the month of February. Any additional questions or comments from council? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And any opposed? Hearing none, that passes unanimously. Please pay the people, Mr. Truman.
We will, even the ones we don't like. Very good. Next up, unfinished business. Are there any items of unfinished business that council wishes to discuss this evening?
Mr. Truman, I don't know if it's unfinished business, but I do have a couple questions about some things I've heard throughout town, or throughout the neighborhood and town. The first is the easy one, and that's the status of the mirror at 6th and Mill, which I know last time I either talked to you or Dave Lang was, the intent is to replace it, but it's just, we're waiting for the time to do that. Is that still correct?
The mirror arrived last week, Councilman Bennett, and should be installed in the very near future, sir.
Okay. The second is a little bit bigger of an issue that predates the snow, but has come up again in the snow, and that's contractor parking, let's say for not new construction, job sites would have job sites tend to be in an area where there's plenty of space to park, or they can park on say like the Muller SARS site, there's, area to park there. But if you have a motivated house flipper that wants to bring in a lot of contractors and get a job done, and they're rolling in with 5, 6, a few trades working at once, it clogs up the parking even worse than it already is in most neighborhoods in the borough. And it's just something I wanted to put on the radar. I don't know. I've thought about it a lot. I don't know if there's a way to, I wouldn't want to add expense to a permit, where a contractor could pass that along to the homeowner. That's not beneficial necessarily, but if there's a way to add some type of parking placard to a permit, suggests that contractors with more than some number of vehicles, drop off their tools and park in the, municipal lots, something to that effect. But it becomes a real problem under normal conditions. It becomes a crippling problem under the current snow conditions.
Compounded with the fact that so many folks are still working from home. Sure.
Correct. Yeah, right.
I think you raise a great point. I can't say I have a solution off the top of my head, but what I can do is confer with some other adjacent municipalities, particularly boroughs that are as densely packed as we are, and see if they have any suggestions. Otherwise, I can put my heads together with Chief Beretta and Building Director Wanzik and see what we can come up with, sir.
Fair enough. Thank you.
You got it. Any other unfinished business items? Okay, very good. Moving forward to committee reports. Any committee reports this evening?
I just have a really quick save the date for the Sustainability Committee. I figure since we're all looking outside our windows and we're seeing this snow that will not go away, although hopefully it'll be going away this week. But I want to just tell everyone to think spring thoughts. The Sustainability Committee is going to be bringing the Spring Cleanup Day back this year. It will be Saturday, April 24th. More details to come. Obviously, social distancing and masking precautions will be happening, but think spring and think cleanup day.
All right, thank you very much. Moving forward to the mayor's report. Mayor Barbie, do you have anything to share this evening, sir? Mayor, you're not muted, but I don't hear you either, sir. And I certainly don't want to play lip reader. My headphones aren't working. It's okay. All right.
Can't hear me. I'm sorry.
Now
I have it off
I
mute.
can.
You can hear me?
You're good now, Mayor.
Nothing to report this evening. Sorry about that.
Thank you, sir. Not a problem. Moving forward to the chief's report. Chief Beretta, do you have anything to share this evening?
Sure do. So as you may have heard in the news, there was a couple shootings in some adjacent municipalities in East Norton and Upper Merion recently, and our officers responded to assist the wounded and to assist scene security. So in some trying times, it's more than a shame to see the physical violence that occurs around us. Just prayers for all those families, and thankful that there weren't more people that were injured or killed. So great job by Bridgeport officers, Flora, Sell, Seymour, for responding out there, and Bridgeport officers, Sieber, and Stillwagon for assisting at the Upper Merion site. We're going to have a Race for Peace event meeting, which will unfortunately be Zoom this Thursday. We're going to get back to some of our our other kind of engagements within the police department. Like to thank State Police for the traffic details. People were calling in about what was going on off of DeKalb Street and Ford Street. Well, it was our partnership with the Pennsylvania State Police to conduct some enforcement details. So that went very well. Like to thank some of the folks that had an interest in some coats. They had a coats project so any people that might need, children especially, that might need some winter coats or clothing, please give the police department a call and we can see how we can help you. You can come and take a look at what we have right now. So thank the public for their donations. Policy procedure is ongoing, and I'd like to take a moment, if I could, to thank people for their response for the snow. I know it's difficult, and I know we're an older community with a lot of traditions in between wanting to save the spots and how it used to be and what we can actually do and enforce it. So I know a lot of us have been removing chairs and debris from the streets. But I think the focal point of all this is I was really proud to see a bunch of people working with each other to help clear their neighbors' spots all up and down some of the streets, 7th and 6th Streets. I saw a lot of that and more locations. So it's always great to see people pull together. I know it's been very difficult with the snow. So great to see people pull together. We'll be, as we spoke earlier and last year, the idea of a body camera project. So we're close to initiating our body camera project and making the purchase. Body cameras are an excellent way for law enforcement to show the transparency that's necessary in 21st century policing. It's always a change. It's a change for the public and a change for police while learning to use this valuable tool. But I can assure you that with this project, we'll be able to outfit our police officers. It'll show more of the truth and more of the detail that many times gets lost in any kind of public setting. So expect to see within the next 90 days some officers out in public with body cameras. So this is a long time coming since the end of 2018. We were talking about it, and I thank Borough Council and the Office of the Mayor for supporting this and the other initiatives that are going to bring Bridgeport PD up to the forefront. So thank you for your time, and please be safe. Continue to wear masks. Obviously, nationwide, we have 500,000 people that have succumbed to COVID. I have friends that are younger and friends that are older that have suffered from it, and some unexpectedly suffered worse. So it's real. It's not political, and let's do our part. Mask up when you're around other people, and hopefully the general public will be able to get the COVID vaccination, and so we can get back to our economic and our social setting here in Bridgeport Borough. Thank you.
Chief, since as your report, I messaged you and you contacted me about seeing needles on a street in Bridgeport.
Yes.
And first, if anyone's listening, if you do see drug paraphernalia, I would of course not just assume that a police officer saw it anywhere. Contact the police, but is there any update you can give to people about what they should do if they see needles or anything, or what people should be aware of in town? Because I definitely want that cleaned up.
So the first thing is that needles can bear contagion, and because of intravenous drug use, unfortunately, contagion goes along with it. So be careful. We'll be glad to respond. We have a sharps container where we put those needles into a sharps container so they can be properly disposed of at a later date as a biohazard. You may see other packaging, and that other packaging could be used, small glassine or waxine baggies. Be wary that it's probably for the intended use that you think it is. And these particulates include fentanyl and all the different kind of opiates and cocaine. And a lot of this, most drugs are transmitted, these hard drugs are transmitted and can be transmitted through the skin, through simple contact. So be very cautious with that and don't pick up packaging like that, even if you were just going to throw that away without having a covered hand. You don't want to suffer the risk. Only a couple grains worth of fentanyl can be fatal, even through the skin. So please call us especially if you see the needles. We'll properly get rid of those.
Good. That the person who alerted it to me, I was outside with them. They saw the needle first, and they said, as neighbors do, they're cleaning. He was cleaning up someone else's front step area, and I said, no, don't get it. I will talk to Chief Beretta, and I know your office handled it, but I definitely want people to keep it safe, like you said.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you, Chief Beretta. Moving forward to new business, are there any items of new business that any members of council wish to discuss this evening? Seeing none, we can move forward to open forum and announcements. Are there any announcements that members of council wish to make this evening?
Mr. Truman, I should have just brought up a new business, I guess, but just I have every week people are asking about the riverfront development. Just general concerns given COVID, given the past year. It just might be good on the public forum here just to are everything's still a green light, that riverfront development is still moving forward as we've been expecting for the past 12 months?
Yes, President Schenk, everything is still moving forward. In fact, we just had a status update meeting with the developer last Wednesday. Everything, all indications are extremely positive. While there is, and this often happens during the winter months, it looks desolate and inactive down there. There is still plenty of work being done behind the scenes to coordinate with with their other line contractors up, getting ready for the fill operation. I'm sure they will be seeking authorization through the DEP and Borough Council to bring a crusher on site to crush up the debris left over from the demolition of the buildings that still remains on site. Yes, all things are things are looking great. It's just the doldrums of winter rearing their ugly head, so to speak.
Thank you, sir.
And I do have one announcement. Just a reminder, we will be moving forward with a county-sponsored but Bridgeport-hosted rain barrel and compost bin distribution event coming on May 5th, which is June 5th.
June 5th.
Thank you, June 5th, which is a Saturday morning. It's going to be from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. We are working with the county to get some flyers and online flyers and postings up to disseminate through the various social media outlets, which will include all of the details that you need. Again, these are going to be rain barrels and compost bins available for sale. What's going to happen is the vendor will open an online store for residents throughout the county to visit and make their purchase. Once they activate the online store, there will actually be a coupon code in place specifically for Bridgeport residents to receive a discounted price on the rain barrels and compost bins compared to what the list price is that other county residents would wind up paying. So stay tuned for further details. If anybody is interested, seen a rain barrel or a compost bin in town before, I'm not sure how to assemble them. We're also going to have an on-site demonstration so that people don't go home with their new item but not knowing exactly how to assemble and install. So all around a nice event. Again, that's going to be coming June 5th, but we will have plenty of promotion and advertisement for it in the weeks and months leading up to. Any other announcements? Very good. Moving forward to public comment. President Schenk, members of council, I just checked the info@bridgeport.org inbox. Again, we have no public comments submitted for tonight's meeting. So that being said, unless there are any other items that need to be discussed, council could certainly entertain a motion to adjourn at this juncture.
I'll make that motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All right, folks, it is 7:52. We are adjourning our meeting for the night. Everybody out there watching, thank you for joining the meeting. Thank you for viewing. Folks, again, please be safe, wear your masks, stay socially distanced. Please, please, please get your vaccine as soon as you are able and as soon as it is appropriate. We will get everybody back together as soon as we safely can. And have a great evening, folks. Thanks.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.